Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we have our honestly, one of the first rant videos I have made. I don't make a lot of these. I reserve them for times where I feel like it is vitally important to the game to discuss very ongoing issues. Let me know what you guys think about what I'm going to discuss today in the video. And if you enjoy the video, drop a thumbs up. You know how it is with these rant videos. It's usually an EA cookout. But guys, today I have kind of like a real thought here, and I want to know what you think. So let me know. And I'm just gonna present this with you. I think this FIFA is sadly going to die very early. Now, I don't really make that accusation very often. You probably haven't heard me say that probably since I don't even know. I don't know the last time or the first time ever I said that before Team of the Year, and we're pretty far away from Team of the Year now. This is really an ongoing issue because we're not even more than like a month and a half into this game. And the problem with this game is that the gameplay isn't good enough for EA to change nothing in the menus. So what I mean by that is that if you have been playing this game for a couple of years now, Rivals has not changed. It's the same exact thing. There's not been inclusion with co-op in a mode, co-op Foot Champs, co-op Rivals that was desperately needed this year. Squad Battles is really, if you kind of look at the most massive gameplay mode change EA made this year, what they actually did was just made Squad Battle have 6 minutes to 4 minutes. That's all they did. Like, that's the only thing we have that's different this year. We've got the general Foot Champions Qualies mode, same thing as last year. No difference in the rewards. Foot Champs rewards, slightly different. I'm not going to complain too much yet with that because I don't think it's warranted. I think if they don't change it next season, that's going to be a problem. But ultimately, this is something that I was talking about on stream today. The game is so bad to play this year. It is the most one-dimensional game we have ever had in FIFA history. So in Division Rivals, right? This is what a lot of the players you play against will look like, right? So if we go to this possession, I'm playing a guy with a 5 at the back, and it's another year of FIFA or EAFC, whatever you want to call it, where defenders are significantly better than attackers. And, something that really made me mad today was that EA made a patch where they made goalkeepers even better, and they actually reduced, I think, accuracy or speed of some driven through passes. So they made attacking a bit worse in a way. And I feel like the modern FIFA we play, the one I used to play, even when I went to go play these retro FIFAs, when you watch that gameplay, if you go on the channel, you watch some of those retro FIFAs, we just played them because the servers went down. It is about who attacks the best. It's about who's the most lethal, who's playing with the highest pace. The way that EA has made FIFA ever since they moved to New Gen and FIFA 21, and really it's just been getting slower and slower every year. The skill gap that we have now is who plays the slowest and who plays the most defensive. I don't know what idiot at EA decided that that was going to be a good way for them to sustain the happiness of their viewer base long term, or their player base, but it's not. And people, I have not seen a FIFA so far yet where I have seen this many people in my community completely checked out of the game. And the reason for that, as I said in the beginning of this video, is that EA have not created a fun enough experience gameplay wise. Now, at the end of the day, FIFA is always going to be really sweaty. This is a very sweaty player base. There are casuals, but it is a sweaty player base. So if you're going to have a sweaty game, it needs to be a sweaty attacking game. It can't be a sweaty defensive game. And that's what this game has turned into. The people that are rewarded the most this year are the people that don't manually defend, right? They just let the AI do everything. They park everyone on the bus. And a major issue that I'm going to segue into in a minute is with this 71 depth tactic. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But really, the thing I realized today is this, right? I'm sitting there. I'm trying to get my Rivals wins. I'm just so tired of this game. I got 6 wins yesterday. I spent an hour in Rivals. Draw, because the skill gap at the top tier, and it doesn't even really matter the top tier. If you're watching this, you're in Division 5, it's all going to be relative. So you're going to be playing other players around your skill level, and every single game this year is so close. I was saying this in the beginning, the first day of this game. I hate this game because the finishing is not good enough. So every game is just kept so close. So at the top, or even if you're in Division 4 and you're facing other Division 4 players, there's not enough mechanics in this game or styles of gameplay to pull away. Let me give you even last FIFA 4 an example. We had the step overs that were very explosive and good. We had the Trivella's extremely good mechanic. And even for me, I just felt like the speed of play last year was even better. And I feel like in FIFA 22, the AI was crazy, but the game was even faster that year. So every year we just keep getting slower. EA do this whole thing where you have to credit them. They're extremely successful business with the way they market. Oh, we're going to add 4,000, 3,000, 6,000 animations. But in the end, it just makes the game slower. And so this FIFA for me, it's going to die because I don't think EA have it in them to change game modes in the middle of the year. I just don't see them doing that. So something I propose that they could eventually do, I think they need to go back to a style of having that divisions mode. So if you don't know the old divisions, right, you can keep rivals because rivals is good. Sometimes you really do want to log on FIFA. You want to buy the best possible team and you want to see how it plays. But specifically for this FIFA, they need to add back in some sort of somewhat SBMM mode, not fully, right? Where it's like Division 1, Division 2, Division 3, right? Something like that. Now, they're not going to do that, as I just said, because you've got rivals. It would be too confusing. You've got two divisions going on. So what I think they should do, the best mode we have right now is Foot Champions Playoffs. Anyone that plays this game every week will tell you that right now. This is your best chance to play bad players, decent players, and great players. As a general gamer, that's kind of what you're looking for. If you're playing an FPS, you want the sweaty engagements, you want the mid-tier engagements, you want the bots, right? Anyone who sits there memeing saying, oh, you just want free wins, I don't know what they're waffling about, right? If you guys are that person, go use your 5-back, go play Division Rivals. This game is perfect for you. But for the entirety of the player base, this game, everyone's getting burnt out. And really, to like be honest, I don't think people are even that tired of the game. I think people are just bored because the gameplay is boring. So all anyone does this year, and the most successful thing to do, you put on 71 depth. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. You park the bus, you run down the line, you cut back. That's really the only way to score. Today, I literally forced myself in Rivals to try to attack through the middle. It's freaking impossible, man. It's impossible. When you play someone that's on that 71 depth, you have no time to move. They've got their whole team in the box. There's going to be an interception, and especially with EA adding this advanced defending mechanic this year, I mean, they just body you out the way just like that. It's GG's, you're getting bodied, right? So I think something just to discuss, because hopefully this gets, at some point an EA employee watches this and it gets to them, right? Something that I think EA can realistically really do here that would be good for the game. Foot Champs qualities, just make it repeatable. Just let people play this an unlimited amount of time. The first time you play it, you get your rewards, right? If you want to keep the rewards in it, the second time, just make the rewards untradeable. The untradeable is not going to hurt any type of the market. The amount of players that get rank 1 is very limited. Making these untradeable is not going to hurt the market, right? All of these, right? Just gives people fodder. You guys give out objectives anyways. And, just keep making those rewards after the first time tradable, untradeable. I think everybody would be okay with that. And the reason I'm saying that is that recently with all the evolutions and the things going on in this game, I want to like vouch for the community that we all just want a more casual mode to play in. Because there's just not one right now. You do your Foot Champs qualities, you can't play that anymore. You've got to wait till the weekend league. You go into Rivals, it is an absolute bloodbath. It's a bloodbath. It's so brutal. And then this is the one question mark. I don't know what idiot at EA decided to put SBMM in friendlies. It is the dumbest. Like, just say that out loud. Skill-based matchmaking in friendlies. I was like saying this out loud earlier. It baffles me. It doesn't even make sense. Who is cooking at EA to do that? It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. We used to have friendlies where you go and you do online single match. Friendlies should just be general. You match whoever is in your region. There should not be SBMM. People will agree in the comments saying that friendlies is actually more sweaty than rivals. That's a crazy statement to say. You will see people in these friendlies sweating like their life depends on it because you're only, for example, I'm in Division 2. You literally play people within Division 2, Division 1, Division 3. That's it. It's so sweaty. So they need to sort something out where they do, maybe it's like Division 5 and up plays in here, and then Division 6 and down plays those divisions, but they just do like 2 caps on it. But that's fine. No one's going to have an issue with that. You're not looking for the freest wins ever, but it is ridiculous if you were to, and it's clearly there. EA, we used to not have SBMM in friendlies. EA randomly added it, right? I don't know, man. They know at the end of the day why they're doing it, but it's just ridiculous because I have a second account. I went on friendlies in like Division 8. It was the easiest, most piece of cake thing ever. So that is just beyond concerning that we've still got that. But that leaves you where, that's why I'm complaining with this video. there's nowhere to play. There's nowhere else to do. To everybody that's saying draft, they haven't changed draft in 8 years, bro. It's the same thing. Like, we say this all the time. Every year it's the same thing, right? Same thing, same thing, same thing. No difference in rewards, no difference in entry points, no difference in coins. And don't you think there's a problem when people are referring to draft as the mode that's chill to play, when they're actually kind of right, but at the same time you have to pay money or pay 15,000 coins to play it? You should not have to pay to play in a mode. It's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous, all right? That argument to me is dead. You cannot even argue that. I know this is the most casual mode, but the fact you have to pay to play in it is a joke. Now, besides, listen, as you guys know, I'm not going to get too crazy with the whole, like, I'm not going to rant for an hour here. But something else that I really want to talk about that I have been really having a problem with recently. At the moment, you know, most of you guys are aware at this point. As you can see, it's on one of my tactics, right? So there is something where if you play with 71 depth or higher in this game, it does auto press, auto offside trap all game. All game it does it. It's the most broken thing I've seen in so long, and it's so frustrating to play against because your players genuinely cannot move. So when you're building up, you have to be so slow at the build up, and it forces you to have to cut back a ridiculous amount because of how the marking is and how much pressure the opponent's AI is putting against you. EA, you guys need to fix this because it's making this game absolutely unplayable. We already have the most you guys, congratulations, you've already created the most one-dimensional football game there has ever been. I have never in my entire life played a football game that was this, honestly, for lack of better words, brain dead to play. All you do in this game, you can't go through the middle, you pass side to side until you get a left or right mid open, you run down the line, you cut back, and you have to figure out how to extra pass or shoot around 8 center backs in the box. Bravo. You guys have literally outdone yourselves because it's impressive how the entire community every single year is saying, oh, it's not going to be worse next year. You guys literally make it worse every year. You make a slower, more AI-infested game with a dumber meta every year. I don't understand it. Even last year, people were playing all the way till the end. You actually kind of were cooking last year with something, right? Whether the step overs and the Trivellas were too OP, that's up to your interpretation, right? I'm willing to hear you out that maybe that was a problem too, but the fact that we've gone from that to, like, literally you can only score 1 or 2 ways in this game. And let me not say score, right? But, like, ways of attack. And EA, man, they just confuse me because then they add in random stuff with the 71, 72 depth. It's crazy OP. EA has to know it's OP. They don't patch it for 3 weeks. This has been going on since the beginning of the game, and they haven't touched it. We're in November. And that's why people don't want to play anymore because no one even has time on the ball to move because of how OP the AI is with the over 71 depth on the press. And let's just talk about the finishing. The finishing last year was beautiful. Finishing, honestly, in FIFA, right? Finishing the last 2 years, FIFA 22 as well, has been pretty damn good. And this is the thing with EA that I'll never understand. They just change stuff that's not... They break stuff that's working. The finishing the last 2 years, cross goal, near post, finesse shots, it was fine. Finesse shots probably could have been a little bit better. Trivella's long shots, they just mud it this year. They mud it. The cross goal finishing this year is so bad. The logical finishing in this game. And then, you know, of course, with EA, you go and use R9 and Mbappe, and it's God tier. So that's the most typical EA thing ever. But EA Sports, please fix this 72, 71 depth. It's so bad. In the top divisions, you literally can't play without it. And please, for the love of God, give us game modes because people don't even want to play anymore because this game is too sweaty. It's too sweaty. Either uncap the SPMM and friendlies or add some sort of mode in champs qualities where you can just keep playing it because it's too sweaty. You're literally making people crazy. You're making them insane in the head because of how ridiculously unbearable this Division Rivals experience is. It's so bad. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, man. I have to get that off my chest. They have to fix this stuff, man. You guys got to add... That's why also... You know me, I'm trying to give EA simple solutions. I don't want to overcomplicate their lives. We know how hard they work. We know how hard you work, EA. Please, just make this repeatable. Just make the qualities repeatable so people can try different teams. People don't have to use Mbappe, VVD, Varane every game. People can try different teams in here. The rewards are not the big deal. The problem with not only the 71 depth and also in FIFA is that There's just no more casualness. There's no more like just building teams and trying them out. You have to go all in on the meta or it's GG's. You're going to get cooked. You are at a disadvantage. Let people just enjoy that casual experience a little bit more. We need it. You guys don't change any game modes. Please. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you guys think.